I'm going to tell you tonight is called Jack and the Robbers. Now, Jack was a small, light boy. I reckon he was about 12 years old. And his daddy thought it was about time he started learning how to work around the farm. Now, Jack, he didn't like working much. I already told you that. And his father had enough of him one day, and he whipped him. I mean, he just canned Jack's behind good. Well, Jack didn't like that much. He didn't cry, but he didn't like it. So the next morning, early on, he slipped off from home without telling his mom. He figured that he would find his fortune somewhere down the public road. So Jack walked on down the highway a couple miles. He came to a pasture and a fence. And standing behind that fence was this old ox. Does it?
Yeah, he's lost the sound. Just be loud.
Oh, just
sound.
be loud?
There we go.
Can everybody hear me in here? So here he comes up on this big pasture with a fence, and behind the fence there's this old ox. And that ox was just a bellowing something awful. He was going, moo, moo, just so sad. Hello, says Jack. What's the trouble in you? Well, I'll tell you, son. They put me out to plow yesterday, and I'm so old and weak I just couldn't do very well. They's talking about killing me tomorrow. Get shut of me. Well, says Jack, you come on down here to the bars and I'll lift them up and let you out. You just come on and go with me. So the old ox walked down to where the bars were. Jack lifted him up, let the ox out of the pasture. Ox got in front of Jack, and they went on down the road. Well, they went a little piece, and then they come to another fella that didn't seem to be too happy. This time it was the old donkey. And the old donkey, he was back in his pasture. He was so sad, he was hanging his head over the fence, and he was just carrying on something awful. Law, says Jack, what's a bothering you? Well, says old donkey, I'll tell you what's a bothering me. They sent me out to pull some firewood in, and I was just so old and weak. I couldn't do it while they's talking about killing me tomorrow. Get shut of me. Oh, says Jack, you better come on along with us. So he went over and he opened the gate and he let the old donkey out. Donkey got out in the road behind the old ox. Well, you get up on my back and ride if you want to, says the donkey. So Jack hopped up on the donkey's back. So now we've got Jack on the donkey and the donkey following the ox on down the road. Well, they went another little piece, and guess who they came upon this time? Poor old hound dog. He was sitting up in a man's yard, and he was barking a while, and then he'd howl, just plumb pitiful. Moo, moo, moo. Hello, says Jack. What's the trouble in you, poor old thing? And the hound dog said, the boys, they took me out of coon hunting last night. They treed a coon. They cut down the tree that had the coon up on in it, and I did get a hold of that coon, but my teeth, they just so bad, I had to turn him loose. And those boys, they're talking about killing me tomorrow. Get shut of me. Well, says Jack, you just come right on along with us. So the dog scrooched up under the gate and got out on the road with the rest of them, and the donkey said, you can get up on my back and ride if you want to. So Jack, he hauled that dog on up on the back of the donkey, and now it was the dog behind Jack, and Jack on the donkey, and the donkey behind the ox. And down the road they went a little further. Time upon time, they come up on an old tomcat what was crawling along the fence. And that cat was a meowing, and it was a caterwauling, and it was such a plumb pitiful sound. Hello, says Jack. What's the trouble in you, you poor thing? And the old tomcat says, they say there's a going to kill me tomorrow, that I ain't no good at catching rats no more. I tried to catch one last night. It just got plumb away from me. They say they're going to get shed of me tomorrow. Oh. Well, says Jack, and you know what comes next? Come on along with us. And the old donkey said, you can ride on my back if you want to. So the cat, he jumped off the fence, jumped down into the road, and then from the road he jumped up ever so gentle on top of the old donkey's back. So we got the tomcat behind the old hound dog, behind Jack, on top of the donkey, following the ox down the road. Well, there's one more character in the story, and we're about to meet him. So they go on down the road a little bit more, and they come up on a house, and on top of that house, there's an old raggedy rooster. He's crowing like his heart's about to break. Hello, says Jack. What you making all that racket for? Oh, me, says the old rooster. There's company coming tomorrow, and they's going to kill me and put me in a pie. Well, says Jack, you just come along with us. So the old rooster, he flew down and he got on the back of that donkey. There wasn't much room for that donkey at this point, because there was the ox in front, and then there's the old donkey, and there's Jack on top of the donkey, and behind him is the old hound dog, and behind the old hound dog's the old tomcat, and now there's the rooster. The rooster sitting right on top of the donkey's tail. He's doing one of these, just trying to hold on for dear life. And on they went down the road. And they went on for a fair piece, all of them going down the public road. Pretty soon, nightfall started. Jack said, well, I reckon we's better try to find some place to stay up for the night. It's getting dark. And they went on a little piece more, and then there was a little path leading off to the right. And Jack said, I reckon we'll just take this little path and see where it goes. We might find us a staying-up place out there. So they went on for quite a while on this little path. Finally, here was this old raggedy, fallen down house right there in front of them. Didn't have no clearing around it, just a little raggedy fence. Well, Jack stopped at the fence and, hello, hello. Nobody answered him. So the old donkey says, well, I reckon we might as well just go and investigate this. So they went on around the back of the house. Hello, hello. Nobody answered in the back of the house. So Jack said, well, I reckon we might as well go on in. So they went on in, and what was in the house was surprising, because it was this big lot of something good to eat, just a whole pile full of victuals. Jack said, I wonder who's living out here in this wilderness all alone. Well, said the old donkey, it's my opinion that it's a bunch of highway robbers what lives up in here. And Jack said, well, if it's a bunch of highway robbers and they stole all these victuals, I reckon we have as much right to them as anybody. So they decided they would stay. And the old dog said, I think we best get set to fight. So Jack said, yes, we will all get set to fight, because they're going to be home sometime real soon. And the old cat said, that's what I thought too. I think they'd be here in about an hour. And the rooster said, that's right, about midnight, in about an hour they will come. So Jack said, well, let's get set to fight. So the old ox decided he would stay out in the yard. The old donkey said he would take up his post on the porch right in front of the door. The old dog said he would take up behind the front door and fight from there. And the cat said that he would get down in the fireplace, and that left the rooster, who flew up to the top of the house and who said, I'll be up here if you need any help. Call on me, call on me. So they waited a while. Pretty soon, they heard something coming. It was 7 highway robbers. And they walked up to the fence, and the 6 of them said, we'll just stay right here. And they sent one of them into the house. Said, now you go on in there, and you start up the fire so that we can see to get in, and so that we can see to divide up the money we done stole today. So they sent that one man into the house. Well, he went over to the hearth, and he knelt down to blow up the fire, and he looked there. Old Cat had his head laid flat out on the hearth rock, and that robber man thought those cat's eyes were coals of fire. Time he blowed into those old cat's eyes, that cat reached out right quick and scratched him down both cheeks. Oh, hollered the robber, and he jumped up. He was making for the door. The dog rushed out from behind the door and bit him on the leg. Oh, hollered the robber. He hit the front porch. That old donkey, he turned around, backed up to that man right fast, and with his back feet, pooh, hit him off and bounced him right off the porch into the yard. That old ox was standing by. He's ready to fight too. He caught that old robber man up on his horns, run to the fence, and throwed him over into the brush. Well, those other 6 who were standing out there, they couldn't imagine what was going on. And about that time, the rooster hollered out, "Chuck him up here! Chuck him on up here!" Well, those 6 robbers, they set to running, and when the one that was hurt and injured, when he finally picked himself up, he ran off like a streak and caught up with the other 6 in no time at all. "Oh," said the man, "what on earth was that back in there?" "Oh, I'm killed! I'm killed! I won't live another 15 minutes!" cried the man. "Well, before you die, tell us what created all that racket back there." "Oh, it was awful. They's got men all over that house. They's got one up on the roof. I went over there to blow up the fire like you said, and there's a man in the fireplace. He scrapes my face all over with an awl. Then I set off to get out the door, and one behind the door took me in the leg with a butcher knife. Ran out on the porch, one knocked me plumb off into the yard with a knock maul, and the one out there caught me up on a pitchfork and threw me over the fence into the brush. Why, I don't think we'd best go back there. We need to leave right now before they catch up to us." Those robber men started running so fast, they run plumb out the country. Well, Jack and the old ox and the old donkey, the old hound dog, the old tomcat, and the rooster, they took possession of that house, and they had them a big old time. Now, they ate up all the victuals that they had found when they first got there, and they was looking around for more victuals, and they found the hidey holes that those robbers had stuffed all kinds of money and goods that they had stole into those holes. And let me tell you, that kept them up a good long time. But the last time I was down that way, Jack had gone on home to his folks, and he was actually out in the front yard busting up a pile of stove wood for his mother. Thank you.
Thank everybody for coming tonight. And just to let you know, it's not moonshine.